How are you, Miss
Hi,
Lloyd? How are you?
can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
36.
Cool. Are you single or are you married?
Right now I'm single.
What do you mean? Were you married before?
No, I just been engaged.
Oh, okay. Any children?
No, no kids.
Why does it take modern women so long to get married? What's going on?
Um, I think because, well, I'll tell you from my end what I feel like. I feel like that I would rather date until I have my career and I have my lifestyle the way I want it to be, only because it keeps me from being hindered or me falling back on what I need to succeed at in life. I just, that's really my MO. I have a lot of stuff going on too, but
How old are you?
36.
And what is your career path?
Well, I plan to go to Columbia College University in Missouri, and I'm taking up art, and it's a format of graphic design I want to do and finish. I'm certified in that, but like
Ma'am,
I
ma'am,
I've
ma'am,
taken
ma'am, ma'am, ma'am,
jobs.
ma'am, 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 ma'am.
Okay,
You don't have a career.
I know I'm working on it.
You're almost,
I have
ma'am,
worked.
ma'am. I let you, ma'am. Please, I let you speak.
Okay.
You're almost 40 years old. Reality time. You're almost 40 years old and talking about going to college to get a graphics design degree and using that as a reason for not wanting to be married so you can get yourself stable. Then what have you been doing since age 18?
Actually, I went off to work in some type of label music
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I remember you. Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't
yeah,
work
yeah,
out.
yeah. Uh huh. Have Have you sat down with the therapist like I recommended?
I've been talking to
Have you sat
somebody.
down with the therapist like I recommended?
Oh, I didn't know you
Oh, I
recommended me
did,
that.
ma'am. I remember who you are. I remember who you are, ma'am. There's something. You should sit down with somebody seriously.
Can I ask a question?
Now, ma'am, I really want. I'm trying to. Yes, go ahead.
Is it like you don't believe me?
No, I think there's something amiss with you, ma'am. I
What do
believe
you
that. I believe that you believe what you're talking about. Yes, you're the same one. You're the woman who called in, and you were supposedly this artist and musician and all this other kind of stuff. But you're almost 40, and I
No,
think.
I
Okay,
paint
ma'am.
and
All right,
draw.
ma'am. Okay, no, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. You need to sit
Okay.
down. You need to sit down with somebody clinically because what you're saying, ma'am, is fine if you're a young woman, but you have no career, and they're saying, okay. Um, which reminds me, as I roll out my next list on Patreon, so many people are asking because I do recommend therapy often. There's a lot of undiagnosed mental illness going on in the United States, in our community in particular. I'm extremely cognizant of that fact and very sensitive to that fact, regardless as to what my critics and detractors may believe. There's a difference between people who are being willfully stubborn sign language and then something really being chemically traumatically something like that. I have the utmost sympathy and empathy for those situations, and I don't try to deal with that. I recommend that to professionals.
Right.
Any show like this, any show like this, you're going to do some overlap and some there's going to be people who come in from all sectors. You can't filter that in or out. My goal is to, if I identify something like that, to as professionally and effectively uh, handle that call and move it on out of the queue because that's not entertainment. It's not entertainment and it's not information in the sense that that's something that needs to be professionally handled, not not for this kind of show. So yes, ma'am. And I'm working on actually putting together a list of providers and resources of people that I know and can recommend out to people who are really truly looking for answers and solutions. Because when I typically say seek therapy, I understand that's maybe casting a wide net, and that's because I'm not really ready to say go here or go there or go this or that. When I recommend something, I have to be able to stand by it. So at this point, that's the best I can do. Say I recommend therapy, and I think a lot of us need this because a lot of these fears we have are irrational. Irrational. What do I mean by irrational? You hear so many women, modern women, talking about they don't want to get married because of this career, and 80% of women, 90% of women have jobs. They don't have careers. 80% of men, 70 to 80% of men have jobs. 9 out of 10 of you have a job. Meaning you're not management, middle management, executive management, corporate leadership. You've got a job. That is not a career. If you were to be, if Thanos, if you were to be gone tomorrow, that company would not miss a beat because you are not critical to that organization. So stop using, Ashley, come back. So stop using this so-called career as a women use a career as a way to hide the fact that they're terrified of picking wrong. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Samuels. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Any children?
Yes, 2.
Are you single or are you married?
Engaged
Okay. How long have you been engaged?
for a while.
What does that mean?
Maybe about 5 years now.
Have you called in before?
No.
Why are you engaged for five? Where's your fiance?
He's here. But I would say mostly it's my fault. And I think it's just been because of fear. Like I've been listening to your show and I know it's not good to compare my relationship with my parents, but that's kind of like where my fear comes from. So
Are your children
we're
by
not
your
married.
fiance?
Yes.
Let me get this straight. You have 2 children with this man.
Yes.
You've been with him for 5 years.
No, I've been with him for 12 years, but we've been engaged 5 years.
Okay. And because of something you saw your mama and daddy do, you can't carry your ass down to the county courthouse and file a $35 marriage certificate and pay $65 to the justice of the peace to perform a ceremony.
Well, I do now.
You do now
because I've
what?
been watching you for so long.
Yeah, but why? What does your mother and father have to do with the man you chose to reproduce with twice?
Nothing.
So I'm gonna say something, and I want you to really think about this. If you had not watched my show, okay, and let's say God forbid, your fiance would have been called home with CV-19. You think you would have missed him not being in your life?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So my point is, you've taken this man for granted that he's not going to leave
Yes.
because he's been there for 12 years. Y'all been engaged for 5. If you're the holdup, if that's what I'm hearing, why not just go ahead and formalize this?
I will.
I mean, what's the real reason? I mean, because how old is your oldest child?
They're both 4. They're twin girls.
Well, I mean, and I'm asking because if you don't, I mean, you don't think he'll leave? I don't think you think he'll leave.
No,
Hmm.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, why shouldn't he? I mean, realistically, why shouldn't he? You're not on camera, by the way. Why shouldn't he
Um,
leave? Why shouldn't he?
well, because I think I've changed a lot and I've been more submissive to him, which I had a really hard time.
Okay.
Um, I had a hard time always trying to prove myself right. Um, and he's worked with me a lot and has been patient with me and helping me.
All right.
And yeah.
But it's power. You're withholding the one thing that he said that you seem like he says he wants.
Hmm.
Okay, does he withhold anything from you?
No.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? You're an attractive woman, ma'am, so you have this pretty privileged thing going on. But let me tell you right now, real talk, without him, you're just a baby mama or two out here. Without him, guys will date you and have sex with you. Ain't nobody gonna put up with this.
Right.
Uh, you might want to take time to really take stock of how fortunate you are to have somebody who's willing to work with you and wait on you.
Yes,
Because
sir.
at this point, you're withholding what he wants, and you said it out of your mouth. He doesn't withhold anything from you. If this were the other way around, and it was a man withholding something from a woman, and a woman not withholding anything from that man, what would they call that man?
Hmm.
I didn't hear you. What would they call him? Say the words, ma'am. You need to hear yourself say the words. What would they call that man?
I don't know.
What do you think? If a woman was giving and wouldn't withhold anything from her man, and the man knew that she wanted something, withheld something from her that he could give her, what would they call him?
Power grabber?
Excuse me?
A power grabber? No.
Would it be nice words?
No.
No?
No, sir.
Asshole, jerk, manipulative, dog. See, what I need you folks to understand is this is not what the media talks about, but this is the reality that happens more than you guys want to admit. Men with women willing to work with women and deal with their traumas and their issues that these men have no business trying to do. These women are supposed to already be ready to be a wife. But men, black men in particular, are willing to work with women, black women in particular, to try to understand, give grace, mercy. But what do they get in return? They can't even get the basic dignity of bottom line respect and treatment that any other group of men can get. You get men coming into this country illegally, the women respect them more than they respect men, and then they'll have children for you. Man, that's why I say, that's why I use the whole example of if he were to be taken, then you'd be crying. Then they'd be crying. Oh, I wish I'd have married him. I know there are men in the chat room right now who are co-signing exactly what I'm saying. Because there are women out there right now who know you got a man who is down for your dirty motherfucking draws. And you know he wants something solid with you, and you are withholding it from him because you are scared of something that man ain't done. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on all of you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, April.
Hi, how are
Hello, how are
you?
you?
Good.
How old are you, by the way?
38,
Good. Are you single or married?
divorced.
Mm. Well, at least you got married. You got any sisters?
I do.
Are they
She's
married? Or
married.
are they single or married or what?
She's married.
Uh-oh. Well, you know.
Brother's married.
Okay then. Well, then y'all got married. Why do you think the rest of these women can't even at least get married and get divorced? At
Well,
least you try it. A
honestly, I just
divorcee is
feel,
better than an ex-girlfriend. That's right. God damn it. You count more. Go ahead.
oh gosh. So honestly, I just feel like people need to be 100% whole within themselves, right? So women need to, like I heard one lady say that she was dealing with traumas from her childhood past or whatever have you. It's
Mm-hmm.
your responsibility to make yourself happy first. Um, focus on yourself, get your life together, know what you want, and then you find someone that you could build with. And that doesn't always mean that somebody has to make six figures to do that. You can get to six figures together collectively. You could surpass six figures collectively. Um, but it's all about you knowing who you are and bringing something to the table.
You know, I hear where your heart is,
Hmm.
but then I deal with the practicality of where this world is. And I want to put a clock on that. Women are broken, are not holding themselves, and all these other things. All right. How long is it going to take a woman from the age 18 to get to the point of where you just described? What age will
Well,
she?
it took me a bunch of bumps and bruises to
But
actually get to that
but
knowledge
about
within
what
myself.
age would? But what I want to understand about what age would she be when all that's done?
Right. Honestly speaking, if we were more honest about what it is that we should be doing and looking for, then I feel like younger women would have a better direction as to what they should
But
be
I'm still not
focused on.
okay. But what I'm not
Mhm.
okay. Everything you just laid out takes a long time.
Right.
How long?
It actually shouldn't take long at all, but it took me
Okay,
a
how
long
long?
time.
How
It
long?
took me
How long?
therapy and
How long? About how long?
so I was in a relationship marriage for 15 years and
No, I'm
so
not talking about the marriage. See,
oh okay.
you said what women should do before they're ready, and I'm just saying that's ideal. How long should that?
Honestly, we should bring our daughters up to know,
But I get that's what we should do. But see,
right?
you're not
So you're
answering the
saying for
question.
the woman right now,
Yes, for the
how
woman
should
who's
they
18 years
know?
old, she's legally an adult. How
Right.
long should it take for her to get ready to be the woman you described? How long?
She could take 2 years, a year.
Okay.
It's
All
all
right.
up to
See,
her
see
or
that's
what she
okay. See,
wants to
that's the problem.
dedicate
That's the
into getting
problem.
to the
And that's the
bottom
problem.
of.
That's the problem with what you just said.
Right.
What you
What is it?
said was speaking aspirationally.
Hmm.
You should be holding yourself and do this and do that and do this. And you know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking is what most men are thinking.
Yeah, the time to.
That.
Yeah.
And then when I ask you, you had to admit, I don't know how long that shit should take. Because the answer is you didn't want to say it. That shit could take 10 years.
It could.
But you
It
didn't want to
definitely
say
could.
that. But
No,
you
well,
didn't want
I was saying it's up to the woman,
No,
really.
it's not. No, see that's
You're only in control of yourself. So if you
all
don't
right.
want to do
All
the
right.
work for
Understand.
yourself,
Okay, see,
then
the way you ladies speak to one another is in these parables. And you don't give direction. And I'm sitting here, men are practical. Direction. How long?
mhm.
Because our community is broken. 80% of us are born without fathers. Most of us don't see parents growing up. How long is it going to take somebody who is growing up in our community to get to the point where you're saying it ain't going to take 6 months? So by the time they get there, there's an average time. Some are shorter, some are longer. There's still an average. I'm trying to get you to give me an average, but you won't give it. I'll give it. I think an average will take about 7 to 10 years. Split the difference. You're talking about 8.5, 9 years. That means she'll be in her late 20s by the time she's ready for marriage, if she's willing to do all that work.
Mm.
Now, what did it look like going to tell a bunch of women, hey, you need to go from your mama's house to go in process for 10 years? I think your heart is in the right place, but I don't think we don't have the ability to put 10 people on the shelf for 10 years. I think, yes, people need to be honest about how broken they are, honest about how scared they are. Because just like a woman needs to get her shit together, men on over here too, because even if they go from 18 to 30, working and building on their purpose at 30 and they start looking around, are they ready for a wife? Both of these people are going to be equally flawed in different ways. And they're both going to, in my opinion, they're going to have to both understand and be willing to give grace and mercy to one another instead of expecting this end goal of what you're talking about, because it sounds good, but it's not very practical. That's what I'm trying to get to. Because what you're saying, I can already hear the young ladies asking the questions. Yeah, how that long going to take?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying as well.
So that's why, I mean, because that's what ends up happening. That's why a lot of young women come over here, because they're trying to get to understand what's the next step. And because women who have already been down that path, y'all talk fluff and not, hey, it's gonna take you about 5 years to get this shit together. So thanks, appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, did y'all understand where I was kind of going with that? That that's a nice notion, but it's your utopian that we should all be well balanced and well rounded. We're fucked up. We're human. Even the best of us are jacked up. See, I always thought that you just need to pick somebody who's crazy match your crazy. Does your crazy match my crazy, or does your crazy make my crazy go nuts? I'm jacked up, you jacked up. I'm scared, you're afraid. I don't know, you don't know either. But I'm going this way and I can work and get this done. You going that way with me. All we have to do is make an agreement to do it together. I'll stick with you, you'll stick with me. And here's the ultimate agreement. We both don't know what we're doing, but we're going to stay in it. We don't leave. That's what needs to happen. We agree and don't leave. Not, well, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. French toast your happiness. F your feelings. Duty. I made a commitment, a bond. I'm going to ride this out. Well, I only have one life and I should be happy. Stop listening to these prosperity pimps and preachers and telling you should be happy. You should be committed. Miss Carter.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28. I'll be 29 in September.
Okay, single or married? Which one are you?
I'm single.
Any children?
No.
What's taking you so long to get married then?
I don't know if that's for me. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I just don't think it's for me. Like, my mom had kids really, really young, and I
Okay.
feel like she never had a chance to like grow into like you were just talking about the other woman
Grow
about like
into
that time.
what?
How you were just saying like the time frame to where you need to figure out like that trauma, whatever else. Just come into whoever you're gonna be. So I looked at her like how she struggled to like raise kids, and she had kids at 16, so it's kind of
Does
hard
she
for
have a
her to like
husband?
figure out.
No,
Listen,
no,
I
no,
think
no. I'm just
so.
asking, does she have a husband, man?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I really don't
Okay,
know.
well, then
Like
you
she got
can't
married to
equate.
my brother's dad.
Then you can't equate what I asked with your mother.
No, I'm just saying from like why I don't think that's for me in terms of like getting married and all of that and all
But
that.
ma'am, you're saying you watched your mother struggle and not coming to her own. You're not talking about a woman who was married. You're talking
But
about a
she had
woman
kids though, and if I
that.
get
Okay,
married, I'll
listen.
oh gosh, my bad.
A young teenage mother having kids is not not on the same playing field as a woman with a husband and a marriage having a family. Those are two completely different things just because they can both have kids. Where in your mind does that make sense?
I think for me, I just want to like figure out myself before I engage in all of that. Is what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense.
Okay. But what I'm saying is
Mhm.
trying to equate a teenage mother with the natural, healthy union of husband and wife and nuclear family that has been the template for society for time immemorial is ignorant.
Oh, okay.
This is the way nature made it. But you want to go out and discover the world yourself. While you're out, how much sex are you having?
Me right now, I'm not
Are you a
seeing men.
virgin?
No, I'm not.
All right, so you're out and but you're sexually active when you choose to be.
Correct.
Right. So you're out doing dicks,
What?
exploring the world, and how is that making you a better wife one day?
Like, I'm not actively dating right now. I feel
Doesn't
like,
matter, ma'am. The point
right,
is, you ladies, okay, I get it. Your mom had a rough time, but that ain't you.
right.
Did you go to college?
Correct. I did, yeah.
Did you graduate?
I did, yeah.
You did or did not?
I did.
You did? What's your degree in?
I have a degree in mass communication. I'm currently in an accelerated nursing program. So
Mass
I'll finish that in
communication?
December.
And what?
Correct. I I have a degree in mass communications and I graduated in December with a nursing degree.
All right. Oh my God. A
Yeah.
communications nurse. The worst parts of the Bible.
Oh
Whew.
wow. I
Yes.
get
Oh wow. Oh wow is right.
it.
So, what state do you live in?
I live in Louisiana currently. That's where
Great.
I'm from.
Great. Do you plan on making in excess of 6 figures in your career?
Yes, I plan to be a CRNA eventually once I finish.
Yeah. So a nurse, right?
Yeah, I want to be a
Uh,
certified
one
registered nurse
one one of
anesthetist.
the one of the one of the professions that higher value men tend to avoid, like the plague. By the way,
Okay.
I'm just telling the audience. I'm letting everybody know this is the template, guys, so you understand where this came from. This is a template because this is
Mhm.
what it tends to attract. Go back to the 37-year-old nurse who got pregnant with the man that had the baby in under a month. This is the template. I didn't make this shit up. This is what men fear right here. So I get it. But after it's all said and done, you make money. You find
Uh-huh.
yourself. You're 38 years old. Then what?
Uh-huh.
Then what?
I'll just take care of myself. That's it.
Okay. You'll take care of yourself. To the end. You
Hmm.
got any siblings?
I do. I have 3.
Sisters?
1.
Hmm. All right. So, just if you're going to be in healthcare, let's run the numbers. You haven't
Wait,
graduated
can
yet.
I say why I
We haven't.
called though?
Oh no. Before we do that, you haven't graduated yet, right?
No.
Okay. How much is it going to? How much do you think it's going to take you to retire? How much money do you think you need to retire on from 65 to 85? Ballpark.
I know. I watched one of your videos. She says like you were like $1 million or something like that. You said somewhere around there.
I know what I know, but I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm not like a
Well, but no,
materialistic
man. But
person.
you should. But see, you have to. See, you
Oh,
have
wow.
to. No, you have to.
Okay.
And it's not
Okay.
that you should. You're 28. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You're by yourself, alone. You have to know.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like 150. I don't know.
$150,000 for 20 years.
I guess, yeah.
One
If
hundred
it's
fifty.
just me,
Excuse me,
you said I'm
ma'am.
taking care of myself.
Ma'am, one hundred
So
fifty thousand dollars to last over a period of 20 years.
yeah. If
This
it's
is
just
why,
me.
ma'am. So $150,000 to last over 20 years. That's less than $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
This is why women need men. Thank you for proving why you need us. Without us, without us, so many women into destruction, just like this. They're not planning. They don't think. I let you talk. She
Mm-hmm.
wants to be a communications traveling nurse and make it over 6 figures. But when it's all said and done, she says she's going to take care of herself, right? At 38, she's going to take care of herself. And I simply ask, how much you going to need from 65 to 85? She knows what I've said, but she don't know because they don't. They just think right here. Life is right here for most women. Feelings right here. There is no future. That is what we do. We are their salvation. When women get mad when I say we don't need you, you need us, this is why. Because you don't think, it is not you're in your feelings right here. Life is right here in the stomach and right here in the woman's, right here. She said $150,000 for 20 years. 20. All it would take is quick math. Divide that. That's not even $10,000 a year. That's below minimum wage in her elder years. Sad state of affairs. College educated black woman. But a man is so not what she needs that this is a better alternative. I can't make this shit up.
I'll make you famous.
You can't make this shit up. So my critics and detractors may not like my method. You may think I'm an asshole, but I think you should be more concerned with what you just heard.
Wow.
Ma'am, you said it yourself. Marriage isn't for you. Okay, cool. I'm fine with
What if
that.
I get a
But
little
you have
tiny
to be
house,
able to
like,
take
that's
care of
like
yourself.
$15,000?
Ma'am, you
So,
have to be able to take care of yourself for a lifetime.
right.
What did you say? You were kind of low.
What if I buy me a little tiny house? It's like $11,000 and I live on some land. How is that not sufficient?
To live on $10,000 a month for 20 years?
No, they have little tiny homes that you purchase.
Right. But ma'am, I asked you, okay, tiny homes. You could have a tiny home,
Mhm.
but you still have to live.
Correct.
You own a tiny home.
Hmm.
You said $150,000 over 20 years. Who do you live with right now?
I live alone. Excuse me, I live alone.
Do you pay rent?
Hmm.
How much is
I
your
do.
rent? How much is your rent?
$525.
Then are you getting student loans?
Yeah, I also work, so
Okay.
I still pay my own bills.
So from 65 to 85, you're in your elder years and you're
Mhm.
going into medicine.
Hmm.
People who are in their elder years need medication, doctor's visits. Elderly people are expensive.
I mean, I understand that. That's definitely true. But I feel like I'll take care of myself to the point where it's not like I won't have diabetes and hypertension, all those other things that
Okay.
require more
So
care.
you'll take care of
So,
yourself enough to where you can live on less than $1,000 a month.
I mean, that's the plan. Not realistically, obviously you have to plan and figure out realistically, but you just asked me a question. Like I don't really know. I haven't sat down and thought
Well,
about it.
but that's the point, ma'am.
But
See, that's the point, ma'am. You're almost 30 years old. You're not a child. That's why I'm being so
I'm not,
direct with you. No,
you're
no,
correct.
no, no, no. But see, the thing is, because you choosing to go down the path of I don't need no man, I'll take care of myself. You have to know now, because I got news for you. The reason you don't know is because in the places you don't want to talk about, you really feel like somebody's gonna come save you. The
Oh no, that's
government,
not me.
ma'am.
That's
Who is
not
going
me.
to? Okay, ma'am.
That's not me. Like at
How in
all.
the French toast do you expect to live on $10,000, less than $10,000 a year?
I
Actually,
mean, we've already addressed that. I didn't think about it, but like I'm
well, it's not my
obviously
fault
going
that you
to.
didn't think about it. I gave
Okay.
you plenty of time to think. You know what I said. If I said millions, why would you say 150? It's not my fault that you can't think. College student, educated
Okay.
woman,
I'm gonna
almost
go
30 years
because
old.
this is unnecessarily whatever you want to call it, but
It's not unnecessary. It is very necessary. And if you didn't want to be here, you don't have to be here. It is not my fault that you
I
don't know what the
understand.
fuck you're talking
Okay.
about. And it's not my fault that you
Have a
don't know
good
what you're
night.
talking about.
Okay. I heard you the first time.
I mean, you're
So
upset. You're okay.
I'm not upset. I just
Well,
don't feel the need to go back and forth
if
aggressive.
you don't understand, ma'am, that as an
It's not
adult,
about me not understanding.
if you don't understand as an adult
Hmm.
that we're responsible to take care of ourselves, and that you have to be responsible for your care, housing, lodging, food for the last 20 years of your life, you'll have no children and no husband. That means all of what you're going to be able to take from is what you make. And if you think $150,000 is enough, you're going to be homeless.
Hmm.
Because a woman making $50,000 a year from age 25 to 65, saving $200 a month, in this same scenario would need $2.7 million. And you're going to make more than that. So you would need more. And the fact that you have no concept of what I'm even talking about Don't get frustrated with how I'm talking to you. You should be more frustrated with your ignorance about the subject because this is your choice. This is what freedom is, ladies. You want it to be free. You don't want to be up under the patriarchy. You don't want to be up under the man. This is what it means. Because if I talk to a man like this, he would understand. He would understand exactly what's going on.
She belongs to the streets.
That's what we got coming for us if we don't plan. You guys are allowed to walk through life like this, not us. This is what freedom is.
And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. More respect on Kevin Samuels being the godfather. I think he did very well. Most people will be talking about the last part of the video that he's being harsh, especially women. In the comment section, we'll be talking about he's harsh or he was harsh on this lady. And the reality is, almost everybody or anybody in his position will more than likely act the same way. And it is for I would ask myself this question: how do black women always attain their degrees, PhDs, and all these things, right? This lady we're talking about in this conversation is someone that is educated, that is in the college pursuing a degree, right? So her level of intelligence and someone that haven't been to that level or that haven't acquired that much of education should not be the same. And the way she speaks, if you are listening to this video or watching this video and you did not hear her talk about the fact that she's pursuing a degree, you would think this lady is probably, some kind of illiterate or something like that. And if you guess that way, it's not your fault. It's not your fault because the way she speaks, it almost sounds to me like this lady is dumb. And these are the women that talks about, I don't need a man. And that is a typical one in this video. These are the women that talk about, I'm strong, independent, and don't need no man. I have my degree and all these things. They end up 35, 40s. And they finally realize that, okay, the decision I made years back was stupid. It is going against me. This lady is talking about, basically, she is not interested in the relationship. And the conversation, the fight she had with Kevin Samuels is just the simple fact that Kevin Samuels is advocating and trying to twist her mind into thinking towards the right way, which is getting family and all that. And as a normal female, that's how you should be thinking. That's how you should be moving, right? So Kevin Samuel is trying to make this lady understand that, okay, if you end up at 65 years old, retirement age, you're going to need this much of money. So that you put it into perspective that, okay, I can do it by myself. But oftentimes they will make these decisions because they get a paper called a PhD or a degree, and they make decisions based off those things. And when they end up 50s, 60s, they kind of bitter towards black men. More likely the time, that is what tend to happen. They mostly kind of bitter towards black men. And it's almost to me like it is black men that have created that situation that they are currently in. But forgetting that they've been, adults since 18 years old, and they chose to be single. They chose to be by themselves because they are able to pay their bills. Black women kind of think that it is about, if I can pay my bills, then I don't need no man. And this is why you see more and more black men walking away from black women. When we talk about building the black families, Kevin Samuels was all in for it. He was 100% signing up for black men and black women being together. And if you're someone that really hates him or talks about he was against women and blah, 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 all those kind of crappy talks that people have against him, then I think you haven't come across these type of video, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of these type of videos. Because the whole conversation is this lady is just trying to, stay single, not get a man, not get a black family. And he's trying to turn this lady's mindset into thinking the right way, into, pursuing a man, into prioritizing relationship or something. which is supposed to be the case. But people wouldn't talk about these things. They'll, clip some portion of videos that are like, especially the last part of the video, that is where people clip and try to post it. They wouldn't put the whole video into perspective so that people will understand how it started and where it was going. They'll just give you the last part of it, that he was being kind of, raising his voice. Let me just put it that way to make it make sense. He was kind of raising his voice so that she will understand the frustration that he's in at that moment because of the mad that she's putting out there. How will you live on $150,000 for even 2 years? How will you even do that? At older, when you are older, you can't live on $150,000 in 2 years. Okay, probably you might be able, but 5 years, no. To talk of 25 years with $150,000. How do these women obtain their degrees that they mostly boast about online? Like, how do they obtain those degrees? Because the way and manner in which she spoke, if you are someone listening and you did not hear about her talking about she's going to get so and so degree and become so and so professor or something like when it comes to profession, you would think that this lady haven't been to school before, like she's dumb. And I'll call her one of these educated dummies. But let's talk about the lady that spoke about because of how she saw her mom growing up. It makes her kind of no one comment, and she has already pop out too for this man already. And hat off for this man. This guy deserves a stand ovation or something like that. The fact that he has reproduced with this lady 2 times and this lady is not trying to commit to him and he's sticking around, because most men will keep him moving. Because one thing you have to understand as a lady is, in this situation, the guy is doing you a favor. Because if he happen to move on, you have automatically become a baby mama and more likely going to be a side chick. But this guy has been sticking around for all this while. And I think this guy kind of a beta, and that is why this lady kind of put him in the position he is right now. Because she should be fighting for you to get married to her. But it is the other way around. So I think this man is some kind of, raised by a single mom or, low testosterone, one of those type of men, beta or something like that. Because the situation that she just described, most men of high testosterone that are operating like real men are more likely not going to stick around. So hats off for this man for sticking around, not breaking a black family. I really appreciate what he did, sticking around with this lady. Because what we are all against is, breaking down the black families, splitting black families and all that. That is what we stand against. So, in as much as I can call this man beta and all those things, we have to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that he did not break a black family. He stood for a black family to survive. And this lady is just, it's problematic because you should be happy and showing appreciation for the fact that this man, you've already popped out to already, and he's still willing and pursuing you to marry you. And she even called into, shame on this lady. Really, it really is a shame. If you are not ready to marry this guy, why did you even pop out to in the first place? Why did you do that? And this is why we have more and more of our black boys being raised in a very miserable situation. Because this lady that we're talking about here is a mess. And had it been that this guy moved on, it would have been one of those statistics again. Baby mama situation, and it is affecting our ethnicity. Because like it or not, these are the women that represent our ethnic image, our female, black, our they represent us. That's our female version. So whatever they do, in as much as they'll say black woman, there is still blackness attached to it. So it's still all the race. So, let's just big ups to this guy for not breaking up. And I think maybe probably after this video, this lady will try to change her mind, try to put things in the right way so that things will be good. So, and the advice Kevin Samuels gave to her, I think it was spot on. So, top notch. Guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned, stay focused, and until we meet in the next video, I'm out and peace.